Guys, can you believe it's been a year since we launched the All In Initiative?
No, it's crazy.
It really is. To think that this is one of the biggest things that we've ever done at the Oaks.
Yeah, really, serious. It's not just one of the biggest things. I think this is the biggest thing. This idea that we were going to go for 2 years, have this whole strategy, we were going to double our efforts.
We didn't just do it because we came up with it. God told us do this in faith.
And that's that whole Acts 1:8 idea. Hey, we're going to go into all the world. We're going to preach the gospel, but we're not just preaching. We're growing generations that transform communities. And so we're equipping people, we're equipping this generation, but we're also helping people equip their children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And we're building a building because we need some more space. Equipping
for the next generation.
Exactly.
To come in.
Yeah, it's for them. It's not for us. We don't need more room, but we need more space to be able to continue this equipping and growing generations. And I just love the idea that we said, hey, we're going all in.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I love it, Pastor. I love how you share the heart of All In.
Yeah, I'm so excited about what God's doing through us to reach people, and 3 new churches planted this year. Last week, all of the different things happening around the world, all the stuff happening in the church, but the biggest stuff is what's happening in people's lives. I come from conversations every single week of people saying, man, I went to a whole other level on the giving ladder and God came through. God came through, they say. He did it, and it keeps happening. You know what? I just came from a meeting where somebody said this: I am dying to selfishness, and I'm dying to greed, and I'm dying to pride that I didn't even know was in me. God has to put you in positions, places, to be able to even open your eyes to these things. And that's what's happening when you say, I go all in.
Pastor, everything you're saying, we've been seeing happening all throughout the church this last year. Even if we just take what's happening in Connections class, we've had over 400 people go through that class this year.
Really?
Basically those people are getting to hear the heart and vision and really the mission that God has put our church on. And then through that, they're finding their place in that mission. So they're going out and they're serving in the church, they're serving in the community, and it's just been really awesome to see the transformation happening in their lives and their families through that. Like, we've seen them get into small groups, we've seen them be baptized.
That makes
and
me
just
so
growing in
happy.
the Lord.
Awesome.
That makes me so happy. That's everything that we're hoping for.
And Nita, that's so good. I think about with us at 7, the student ministry, the Oaks, of how we do groups every Sunday night, hundreds of students all over Ellis County. And I think about our heart for our students to be truly world changers, and to that living for Jesus and telling your friends about Jesus isn't just something you do as an adult, it's something that students do. And it's so exciting to think about in this last year, just thinking about students going public in water baptism. We had 100 students go public in water baptism this year to say yes to Jesus, that I'm all in my relationship with God. And not just that, they're all into the vision of the Oaks, because on Sunday mornings, we have students serving in guest services, we have students serving in Epic Kids. And we know, Pastor Scott and I have talked about this, is that when those students get in and they say, this is my church on a Sunday morning, when they go off to college, they're gonna go, hey, I serve on Sundays as well.
It's not only that they're serving, but it's how they're serving. So I'm reminded of a family. Just last night, they talked to us. Her name's Beverly, and she goes, you had Bryce in Epic Kids, and what you did for him during that time and what he learned, he's still using. Now he's in 7. That's awesome. And he's serving in Epic. And not only that, Beverly's hearing an All In initiative going on. She's saying, hey, Pastor Joey, it's hard for me to give that much money, but I said, I'm gonna tithe 10%. She didn't have a really great job.
Wow.
She said immediately a week after, when she started giving that tithe, she got a fantastic full-time job.
Yes.
And not only that, but now Bryce is saying, hey Mom, I told you God would have us. I told you that if we give, and now Bryce is giving because he's hearing it in 7. And so it's not only that students are serving, but it's how they're serving, that they're bought in. And from my vantage point as an Epic Kids pastor, to see the church go all in, man, it's something incredible, especially your generation, Hunter.
Well, yeah, even something that's cool is we can look back in 2016 and look at, we launched a whole new ministry with Oaks Young Adults. And what's so cool about this is there's close to 800 people that attended an OIA event, and then close to 100 or more than 100 that are going to small groups. And what's awesome about this, even what you guys are saying, is we can have an incredible kids ministry, we can have an awesome student ministry, but after kids graduate, they're like, where do I go? Where do I have a place to belong?
Nothing makes me more excited than what happens in this generation. We've had over 600 now in the last 10 years of OSL who have gone into full-time ministry. That's multiplication.
Yeah, it's really cool. In fact, you know, in our heart, we wanted to plant 3 churches this first year of the All-In strategy. God always does more than what we can imagine, exceedingly and abundantly more. And so we imagined 3 churches, you know, added to the 15 that we were planting, and God connected us with a whole new network of churches through Bishop Blake.
Yeah, God did it.
Yeah, God
because
did that.
the bishop came to us where he said, I'm driving down the road and the Lord told me, go to that church, stop there,
It's so
because that's
crazy.
who you've been praying for to connect with. And it was about those things, the moving of the Spirit, the reconciliation, and about, man, you guys are already caring about orphans and foster care kids and stuff.
Yeah, and our church has responded to that so well. You know, God's been doing that. Everyone has stepped up. We've ministered to over 643, I think, foster care kids in our county and surrounding counties
year.
alone. Yeah, in the last year, 643 kids.
That blows me away.
Yeah, and a matter of fact, like our family is representative of one of those numbers. Yep.
What's great, it's not just happening here locally, and it's so fun to hear Nina's personal story, but the impact that we're like making globally. That literally with our partnership with One Hope, 296,000 kids, boys and girls, and adolescents and teenagers have received the Word of God.
That's a number that's hard to just, you
know, I'm
hear the
sitting
number
here
and you
trying
go,
to
wait,
figure
wait,
out what
wait,
is
what's
that?
296,000?
What's crazy is to not just say the number, but this last summer we got to see the number. Literally, our students went to Panama, and we also went to Nairobi, Kenya. And in these cities, we're going into schools, and think about this: 10,000 our teenagers and our members of the Oaks like missions teams handing out the Word of God to over 10,000 boys and girls
That's a
and
whole city
teenagers.
here.
It really is incredible.
And it happens because everybody's gone all in. I mean, the whole point that we made at the beginning is it's not about the results. The results is left up to God, but it's about everybody going all in. And I still remember, you know, a year ago, getting up and celebrating that over 1,200 people in the Oaks said, I'm going all in. I'm going to take where I'm at and take the next step on the giving ladder. I'm going to take that next step. And I still go I'm amazed by 285 people in our church give for the first time.
Wow.
And all the stories I'm hearing about what God's doing through it, but what God's doing in people because of that. That's what I rejoice in.
That's exactly right. But the thing that we got to keep reminding ourselves of is this isn't just a 2-year strategy. This is what our church believes. This is everything that our church is.
I just am overwhelmed by His goodness. And in the midst of it all, we see all these things happen. Then I look out every time I drive into the church and I see that building out there and I say, God, you're not only building that building, but you're building us.
Yes.
But it is pretty cool as you walk out in that building and see all that He's doing, because that's going to house our youth, our kids. New nursery is going to be the new cup, the new entrance, a place of community. It's huge. Everything that God calls us to do is to just follow Him.
Yeah.
And I just want everybody to know God's got us.
Yes.
But this is really about your account, about your family, about your growth, about your legacy.
It's cool, man.